It was the largest battle of the American Civil War, with 97,000 on the Northern Union side and 75,000 for the Southern Confederacy, who were fighting for the right of states to allow slavery. For Gettysburg's 150th anniversary, volunteers came from across the country to recreate one of the battle's key moments, when the final Southern charge was pushed back, a moment known as the high watermark of the Confederacy.
Obviously, they didn't realize right immediately after this is the turning point, but it really changed the tide. The Confederates had obviously won many battles leading up to Gettysburg, and they were stopped in their tracks as they try to head north and conquer the Union territory.
If you want to have a good time, join the cavalry, join the cavalry.
While they're taking part, the reenactors live in 19th century style camps, even if they do use a bit of modern technology here and there. They often stay in character for visitors. This is Confederate General Robert E. Lee, for example.
These men will go anywhere and do anything, and I am confident in their success today.
Many reenactors are able to trace ancestors from both sides of the battle, and taking part can be a way of understanding what they experienced.
What they're shooting at you isn't real bullets that they were facing, but it gives you a sense of how they felt in their clothes, how the equipment they had to carry. So it gives you kind of a sense of what they went through.
150 years on, the scars of war have long since disappeared from the battlefield itself. But for the US, there are still tensions that can be traced back to this period. Just last week, for example, the Supreme Court ruled on efforts intended to reduce racial discrimination, particularly in the South.
We don't always realize it, but we're still living in the aftershock of the Civil War. A lot of the war debts from the Civil War were not paid off until the 1980s. The last Confederate pensioners died off in the last century. I mean, most of us are ancestors of people that fought and died here at places like Gettysburg.
2013 also sees the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, made at the birth of the civil rights movement. As America remembers those who fell at Gettysburg, it can reflect that it was a bloody step on what was to be a long road to racial equality.